In this video, I will share a type of vitamin that has helped patients avoid dialysis for 20 years, as well as a way to cheat on your diet and still be fine. Plus, I will reveal the truth about YouTube and how my mom has maintained her kidney function for 20 years. I've received many interesting questions from you all, and I can't wait to answer them. So let's not waste another second and jump straight into the answers. Starting with a question from Natalie. She asks, my mom has maintained stable kidney function with a GFR of 25 for about 20 years. I think this is due to her strict vegetarian diet and her family doctor. She also takes vitamin D every day. Do you think she should take bicarbonate? No, absolutely do not do anything without her doctor's approval. Stable GFR at stage 4 for 20 years? I'm guessing her doctor is a nephrologist. Keep following whatever her doctor says. Don't change anything. It's interesting that you mentioned a vegetarian diet and vitamin D, but please do not experiment with sodium bicarbonate here. Just make sure her serum bicarbonate levels are within the normal range. If not, maintaining stable kidney function for 20 years would be impossible. Alright, another question about vitamin D. This one is from Sarah KK2AG. What is the dosage for vitamin D and vitamin K? Please specify the dosage and when to take them. First of all, the dosage for vitamin K is very easy to remember. 0 milligrams per day. If you need help remembering this number, think of it as the exact amount of concern your health insurance provider has for your health, none at all. Since we are on this topic, let's talk about vitamin K2 because that might be what you meant. The dosage here is 100 micrograms, taken in the morning with a bit of fat. Why fat? Because fat-soluble vitamins like K2 and D love fat. Just like insurance companies love premiums, they are inseparable. Now, when it comes to vitamin D, things are more complicated. While I can tell you that a good maintenance dose is 1000 IU of vitamin D3 in the morning with fat, this only works for people who already have sufficiently high vitamin D levels. If your levels are too low, which is very common in CKD patients, you will need more vitamin D than that. But how much is needed? For someone with a mild deficiency, 50,000 IU weekly or 6,000 IU daily of vitamin D3 for 8 to 12 weeks may be recommended. But please never take such doses without consulting your doctor and monitoring your serum levels. If you have CKD, you should have your serum vitamin D monitored at least once a year, and your doctor should prescribe the exact amount of vitamin D3 for you. Alright, next is a question about avoiding excess acid in the blood. AI Sahib 3768 asks, is there anything other than sodium bicarbonate to increase pH? Is water with a pH of 9.5 real, and how much should be consumed? So, is there anything else besides drinking sodium bicarbonate to improve acid-base balance and avoid metabolic acidosis? First, there is a low-protein, plant-based diet. Remember that everything you eat can produce either acid or base. Meat, fish, and dairy are among the most acid-producing foods, and that's bad. On the other hand, vegetables, especially leafy greens, are the most base-producing foods. A renal diet truly helps, but in some cases, it is still not enough, and sodium bicarbonate is needed. What about water with a pH of 9.5, like Smart Water and all that? Let's say the only smart thing about Smart Water is the marketing team putting your money in their pockets. In reality, pH 9.5 water has no effect. Save your money, better yet, spend it on tests to monitor your serum CO2 or bicarbonate levels, as those are what really matter. Next, another question about sodium bicarbonate. This question is from Yami Alubadin 8854. Can a person with heart disease take sodium bicarbonate supplements? Someone tried, and his heart started beating fast. We were very worried he would have a heart attack. Fortunately, it is not common to experience heart palpitations from sodium bicarbonate. However, sodium bicarbonate is not a supplement you should take without consulting your doctor. Think of sodium bicarbonate as something that requires supervision. First, because not everyone needs it, and second, because your dosage needs to be calculated by your doctor, and your serum bicarbonate levels must be monitored. Now, if you want to know why someone might experience palpitations from sodium bicarbonate, my best guess would be an excessive dose, a dose that is not appropriate. You see, a typical dose of sodium bicarbonate is one 650 mg tablet taken 3 times a day. That's about 1/8 of a teaspoon, small, right? Of course, to experience palpitations from sodium bicarbonate, you would really need to take a lot of it, be sensitive to sodium, and possibly have an existing electrolyte imbalance. While there are some risks with sodium bicarbonate, it's not that dangerous. I mean, it's not epinephrine. Alright, next is a very interesting question about kidney-friendly diets from Raphael PNOA. Are there times when I can get away with not sticking to a healthy diet? Every Christmas, CKD patients around the world consume enough salt to fill all of Scandinavia twice. That's 18 trillion grams of sodium. And don't get me started on sugar, because every December, the planet inhales so many desserts that it could frost the entire surface of the moon. So, can you get away with not sticking to a healthy diet? Sure, if you want to personally contribute to that impressive statistic. But here's the condition: every cheat meal brings you one step closer to becoming your own headline, something like, local CKD patient tries to out-eat Santa, ends up with record-setting stomach ache. Of course, I understand that being strict with your diet during the holidays is easier said than done. I don't encourage it, but I won't judge you if you have a little dessert. Alright, next is another question about sodium. This one is from Monica Pulu 2352. If my blood sodium levels tend to drop sometimes, is that dangerous? Reducing salt intake in the kitchen is good for keeping blood pressure low, but the sodium value may decrease. Let's say you read your test report and your sodium is too low. Would adding salt to your diet help? Let me explain. When someone with advanced CKD has sodium or chloride levels that are too low on their test report, this is a red flag for fluid overload. In fact, low sodium levels do not mean you are not eating enough salt, it means your kidneys are removing less fluid than necessary. What we are looking at in this case is excess water diluting the sodium concentration in the blood. And you know what happens when there is too much fluid in the body? Just more blood pressure. Yes, that's why adding sodium here is a bad idea. More sodium means more fluid in the body, leading to even higher blood pressure. That's why it is so important to monitor these levels in your test reports, sodium and chloride. If they are too low, your doctor may want to review your daily fluid intake or consider a diuretic to restore balance. Next, a question about the combination of hibiscus and chamomile. This is from Bill Morris 7645. She asks, what about the combination of hibiscus and chamomile? This was covered in my video about some of the best teas for kidney health, and yes, you can absolutely combine hibiscus and chamomile. They are both great and can be used together because they protect the kidneys in 2 different ways. In fact, while both are great sources of antioxidants, hibiscus tea acts as a mild diuretic, promoting increased urine production, excellent for protection against high blood pressure. But the way chamomile protects the kidneys is through its soothing properties, which help reduce stress and promote overall health. Never underestimate this benefit. Stress management is crucial for kidney protection. So, I think chamomile tea and hibiscus tea can make a great combination. Here's a question from a user named Lili asking about my video on Luigi Man 1 and the healthcare scandal. Who is censoring the words ass, pass away, and Catherine? Or is YouTube just not letting the nearsighted generation bully you out of the right terms? Emotionally weak people who can't handle language should seek professional help. First of all, I'm pretty sure no one in my audience qualifies as emotionally weak. If you can handle a scary condition like CKD and you're still here laughing at my jokes about water retention, then you're probably tougher than a protein bar that's been sitting in the dialysis center's vending machine for 5 years. The reason I self-censor some words is not because of sensitive feelings, it's because of bots. That's right, YouTube uses bots to flag and hide content they don't like. Yes, that's happened to me in the past, it has happened multiple times. So I self-censor some words in hopes of preventing the entire video from being censored. Because, of course, if my content goes against their policy, I don't want to give them a reason to hide it from YouTube. And the words you mention are the typical reasons they use to hide videos. Because if you think YouTube is happy about people speaking freely about Luigi, think again. Their censorship is so obvious that it's even made the news. Someone is even erasing traces in the news about this censorship. Look at this magic trick, now you see it, now you don't. It's gone without a trace while I'm trying to access it. No more Luigi Man 1. And that's why we can't complain about censorship, literally. So, who here is old enough to remember when 1984 was just a book? This is a question from Nana Reyes 1469. What do you think? Is Luigi guilty or not guilty? For me, he is guilty because of what he did, but it's a message. Look, Nana, I don't know if Luigi is guilty or not, but I'll say this. If they want a jury to convict him, they're going to need to find 12 people in America who have never been harmed by an insurance company. Good luck with that. I mean, a lot of people thought he was a saint. I can totally imagine, the prosecutor telling Luigi at the start of the trial, "We have found a jury of your peers," and then 12 CEOs from various insurance companies walk in. Okay, just kidding. That joke isn't mine, it comes from a comment I saw under a video by Mike Rafi, a lawyer on YouTube, and that was also a video about jury nullification. Yes, jury nullification. Is that what a lot of people are hoping for? For those who are not familiar with this, jury nullification basically means the jury decides that the law has been violated, but they don't care. It's not the taboo you might think. So, that's why I'm saying they still need to convict him. By the way, I've linked the video from this lawyer in the description if you're interested. And guys, if you have other questions for me, ask them in the comments, and I'll try to answer as many as I can. That's all for today. Thank you for watching, and Happy New Year. Goodbye, and God bless.